Yeah, tense times for Jason Williams earlier this morning that quickly turned to celebration. The Orleans Parish District Attorney doing what not many people do, beating the federal government at trial in a building behind me. They win at a 97% clip, but they couldn't do it here. Jason Williams acquitted on all 10 charges. He did a bold move with his defense team. They put on no defense. He didn't testify, neither did Burdett. They rested with the fact that they felt prosecutors did not meet the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Williams said 2 years ago when he was indicted that he was not guilty. He has maintained that stance, and now he has proved it in the court of law. We have a lot of analysis to get to. Let's start with one of our criminal defense lawyers. She talked about this verdict and what it means for Williams going forward.
Even being found not guilty of all these criminal charges, he still has a significant tax debt to pay to the government. And he's going to have to pay back all of the money that was owed in taxes that he didn't pay because essentially his tax preparer filed his taxes incorrectly. That's something that's going to follow him and Nicole for a long time, and I'm sure that that's a serious burden on them. But, you know, as far as whether or not he intended to defraud the government, the jury has very clearly said today that the answer to that is no.
Prosecutors came out, they made a statement moments ago, about 2 hours ago, basically saying they accept this decision, but there will be a lot of armchair quarterbacking going on from Washington, D.C. to Louisiana. Very rarely do the feds take a case against a well-known elected official. Williams was the council president when he was indicted. Now he's the DA, that they can't lose. And in this case, they have lost. Jason Williams, we understand, left the courthouse out of the side entrance. He did not come through a public entrance. He's allowed to do that. We have been trying to track him down to get a comment. As soon as we do, we will bring that to you. But for much more, somebody who has covered this trial, gavel to gavel, investigative reporter Aubrey Killian. He is standing by. Aubrey, an emotional day for a lot of people, a day that a lot of people say needed to happen for Jason Williams, as he said he was not guilty, and he proved it.
That's right, Travers. It's official. Jason Williams is an innocent man. And inside of the courtroom, there were a lot of tears and a lot of emotions. Take a look. As you mentioned, guys, I have been covering this trial from start to finish. It has been a very long journey for Jason Williams. And I've been in the courtroom every day. Like I mentioned, one thing that stuck with me, Judge Lance Afric said at the very beginning to the jurors, there are no losers or winners. Only justice. That is what he said. Prosecutors painted Jason Williams as the master of a 5-year scheme, and it failed today. The jurors didn't buy it. Williams said his tax preparer, Henry Timothy, was to blame. And as for Nicole Burdett, her attorney, in closing arguments, I thought this was interesting. He actually pulled up a picture of her family and told the jurors directly that she was innocent and to send Nicole back to her family. But it did not work.
So it was a lot of emotions out there, honestly. You can feel the tension. Me and Mr. Fuller, we do a lot of jury trials, so every time that verdict is coming, you're always waiting to see kind of what they're going to say. Of course, they read Ms. Burdett's ruling first, which was sad and unfortunate, and my sympathies go out to her family.
And again, Nicole Burdett was found guilty on some of those counts. As for Jason Williams, I have reached out to the district attorney's office multiple times. I am working to get a comment. Stay with us on this developing story. Reporting live at federal court, I'm Aubrey Killian, WDSU News.
All right, Aubrey, thank you so much. And be sure to stay with us on WDSU.com for the latest updates. And we're going to check back with Aubrey and Travers a little later as well.